Hey everyone, so this video today is going to be about how to do basic foundation. I am basically going to show you my daily routine of how I do makeup that looks like I'm not wearing makeup, but makes me look younger, skinnier, more awake, all the things you want to be. So it's nothing drastic. I don't do Kim Kardashian style contouring or anything crazy like that. This is just for a simple everyday routine. It may look like a lot to you when you are watching it, if you're not the type that wears a lot of makeup. But keep in mind, when I'm doing this on myself, I go at twice the speed because I'm not explaining things and I'm not taking things slow. But like I said, this is mainly for people that are not makeup people that want to know how to just do some nice basic natural makeup. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, let's get started. So as you can see, with zero makeup on, I have very dark circles. I have a lot of discoloration here, I got a lot of redness here, a little bit here. Freckles, you know, I have some age spots, things like that. And I'm a little chubs, so you know, I got some of those going on. So all those things we want to kind of correct without looking super obvious. So first, you're gonna take whatever foundation you like. Currently, I am liking for older skins, this is Visible Lift by L'Oreal. It's good for aging skin, but I'm a little tan right now, so I'm actually gonna have to mix it a little bit with my darker skin color. This is Studio Sculpt. This is a little too heavy for every day, but just pretend we're not doing that. Now, the first step is I have really dry skin. So in order to make my skin not look cakey, not look all gross, not to be really obvious with makeup, what I do is I mix some of my foundation, and like I said, I'm mixing the two just for today, but normally you wouldn't have to do that, with an oil. Now I make this myself, but I'm sure you could find something just a lot easier. This has a lot of anti-aging oils that I selected personally to use, but this is to hydrate me and to make the foundation a little less thick and to just look more moisturizing on my skin. So just 1 or 2 drops, that's it. So bloop, bloop, just 2 little drops. And you can just mix it in and, you know, put it on. Now, I wear foundation almost every day because of how many skin issues I have. Like I said, I have, you know, all those things, especially the dark circles. Dark circles are an immediate thing that age you, that make you look tired, old, just everything you basically don't want to be usually. So, you know, I try to correct that best I can. So, and I have fake nails on right now, which are crazy annoying for doing makeup because I am not normally a girly girl that has nails usually. But since I'm on vacation, I was trying to be fancy. So if I look like a completely awkward idiot with my nails, it's because I don't usually wear them. So now that immediately makes me look 10 times better, but we're not done. So sometimes after I do it initially, I look back, I do a little bit usually in the jawline, just to help it blend. And a lot of people have a hard time finding their foundation that matches them. If you need help, you know, you can go to a counter, but honestly, I don't always trust people at the counters. They don't always know. But look at your undertones here. Look and see, do you have yellow? Do you have pink? Do you have green? And that sounds weird, but my undertones are actually a little bit green. Just really look at it, really study it, and that's how you kind of figure out what you are. And if you seem like you're kind of a mix of two, that's usually what people call like neutral. So, you know, it's possible. And, you know, not everybody can wear an exact foundation right out of the bottle. Sometimes you have to mix too. It just has to do with how much you want to deal with. When I'm usually doing clients, I almost always custom mix, but for myself, and I'm in a hurry, I'm not going to deal with that. So I usually just find whatever I can find that's closest. All right, so now I have foundation that looks pretty good. Then, if you need it, now, like I said, I have really dark circles. Other than that, I don't really think I need concealer. The foundation kind of did its job. However, if you do have spots, just take a little bit of concealer, again, in your color, not too light, definitely not darker, and just take a little bit. And I just do a little bit here, and a little bit here, and because I have that redness, a little bit here, and a little bit here where I have that other redness. And I kind of get in that bow of my lips too, because that also helps with youthful looking nonsense, whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry, I'm mumbling. I'm so pro at doing these videos, can't you tell? And just use your like ring finger or something or a sponge and just dab it. Really don't swipe or pull. You just want to dab, otherwise you're going to kind of like defeat the purpose. So, and a lot of people, especially the older you get darkness here. So make sure you include your concealer not just in those under eye circles, but in that corner, that outside corner of your eyes. So, and you get lines here too, like the older you get. So just kind of get that whole eye socket, but don't, if you're creating your white masks, like really pale masks, you did too light of a color, so don't do that. So, all right, next, I am going to contour. Now, obviously, if you're in a super big hurry, you don't have to do this any day, but I think it makes a huge difference. So I used to think contouring was really complicated and kind of a pain in the butt, but then I discovered this, which is the NYX Wonder Stick. And yes, it's dirty because I use this every single day for myself. And it comes in two colors. It has one side that's light and one side that is dark. And I have almost used like this entire thing already, and I've only had it like a couple months. They have it in a couple colors, I think at least two. So this is for the light skin tones, and they do have a darker skin tone one. So first I take the dark one, and I start off with my jawline. Now, as you can see, I have kind of a square, very wide face. See how it's wide? It's got a very pronounced jaw. I have a not huge chin, but pronounced chin. And then I got this whole fun thing, turkey neck. So what I do is you start here, and it looks like it's gonna be really weird. Don't worry, you're gonna blend it out. And you start along the jawline, basically, and you actually even can come up a little bit higher to create more of an oval shape and do it like an oval shape. So yeah, like that. No, it looks crazy, but it's not. And then you're gonna do your neck too, see? Look at a beard, cool dude. I'm gonna do a little bit lower. I'm gonna do a little, I don't normally do this much, but because I'm tan, it actually kind of works. Then I do my cheekbones. And I do, because I have bangs, I don't have to go all the way up, but I have a huge forehead. So I do a little bit here. Now, if I was gonna wear my hair back, I would do it all the way around to make, this actually makes your forehead not look as big. And if you wanna taper your nose in, you can do something like that. I don't really need to do that. And if you wanna make your lips look bigger, you can actually do a little bit of brown under there. So, you can do all that stuff. Then we're going to blend everything. Okay, so to blend, I always use a beauty blender type sponge. Now the beauty blender, I'm sure a lot of people have heard of it. It was originally invented, it was called the beauty blender, and it was really expensive. Like, it's seriously something like 30 bucks or something for a sponge. I'm a cheapskate, I'm not paying that. But I noticed a lot of the imitations just didn't hold up, they weren't as good. Except for the Real Techniques one, which you can buy on Amazon. There's other places you can buy it too, but Amazon has them, and they are like a third of the price. So get those. And this one I actually broke just earlier today, so I'm super awesome. So anyway, you get it a little bit wet, but not wet, just damp, and like kind of dab off the excess, and then you're gonna blend it. So you're gonna make it not look super crazy, and blend it really, really, really good. You do not want to look like you have a beard. I mean, unless you're into that, which, I don't know what you're into. And don't smear it everywhere. Keep it where it's supposed to be. Don't do anything crazy. And just blend it, blend it, blend it until you have no streaks and you are not looking 5 different colors. Then I do it with the very edge of this. Do the cheekbones. And kind of just be gentle. You don't want it to go all the way. Get all the way into your ears. And then you want to do that forehead. Make sure it goes into your hairline, doesn't have a line. You don't want to look weird. All right, like I said, I don't normally do all that because I have bangs, but in case you wanted to see. All right, so now you have all your dark shading. Then you take the light part. That's the dark part. Then you take the light part. And then you accentuate the things you want to accentuate. Now, light colors pull things forward, dark things pull things backward. So just keep that in mind. So if you're gonna highlight something you don't like, it's gonna make it more prominent. So you don't wanna do that. So what I always use this for is I go right under that line I just did to make it look even sharper and to make my jaw look nice and clean. Do a little bit down the nose, a little bit in the corner, a little bit here, and the bow right here. And that's pretty much it. I don't need a lot of highlights. Some people want are into all that, but I kind of prefer my highlights with powder. So I I don't do a ton of things. Oh yeah, and blend that lip thing too. And just a little dab. I just kind of dab the highlight. It doesn't need as much blending. So I think it makes a huge difference. If some people didn't in my last pictures that I did on Instagram, but I think this made a huge difference. So that's just me personally. Now, now you need to set it. This will also help soften any telltale signs that you are contoured. So now for powder, this is another complaint I hear a lot. People say, what powder should I use to not have it look cakey, not to go in my lines? I can't use powder, it goes into my fine lines, all that stuff like that. I only will use HD definition powders. Originally, Makeup Forever made one. That was the first one that made one. And then MAC made one. But luckily for us, NYX makes one now too. So you can buy one for, you know, $6, $8, whatever it is now, instead of 20. So I highly recommend this. It's a loose powder. I always use loose powder, especially for aging skin that has fine lines, because pressed powder just doesn't do the job and you're just kind of smearing things around. That pad is just gonna wipe off your makeup. It's just not really, it's only good for touch-ups. Don't use it. So you need a brush. This is a Real Techniques brush. I love Real Techniques, as we said. And get a little bit of powder and you're just gonna buff it in places. If you are really dry, or if you have a lot of wrinkles, be really light with this. So you don't need a lot of this. Like the HD definition powders just sit on the top of the skin. They're just to set the makeup and diminish shine. You don't need a lot of it. So I'm just basically doing it in the places that I, you know, put makeup so it doesn't look super obvious. And some people like putting a lot of powder under their eyes. If you do that with the HD definition powder, you're gonna have white raccoon eyes if anyone takes a flash picture of you, so you've been warned. All right, next is blush. My current favorite blush, I mean I have a million, but my current favorite blush is kind of a classic. It is the NARS Orgasm Blush. It's like this. It's a very pinky color, so it's not for everyone. I like it because it has highlighter in it already. It's shimmery. It's not matte. So it's not, again, not for everyone. I like shimmer. I'm all about the shimmer. So I think highlighter, the shimmer makes, again, dry, dull skin that is aging look more youthful. So I have a round face. Typically the whole thing is that you want to make your face look oval. I do that. However, I like to accentuate that I have cute round cheeks because it's kind of a baby face thing, so it kind of makes me look younger. So again, that's part of the whole trick of looking younger. So if I do really chiseled like 80s cheeks, it's not gonna really look very youthful. So I do that area, but I also do my apples. So if you need a smile to see where your apples are, it's that. And then just kind of blend it in. And I always go all the way up to my temples. And down to, don't go past that little line that you made with the contour. You're just gonna look like you have rosacea or something. And depending on, you know, what you're going for, you can do less or more blush. If you're gonna be in the dark, for example, like a nightclub or something, you want to go a little bit heavier with the blush because it's not going to show up in the dark. But for this, we're doing the Happy Youthful Day makeup, so you don't need a lot. So yeah, just enough. See how much, like, and like immediately that makes me look more young and rosy and cheeky. Now, if you want, again, you can do, I like kind of extending. I don't go crazy with my neck makeup and stuff, but I like to just kind of, if I have something going on here, to have something kind of going on here if I'm showing it, just because it doesn't look super obvious. So I do a little bit of blush sometimes on my collarbone, which little you can see of my chubby self. So I just do a little bit because it makes me look like I'm kind of sun-kissed, like it's not fake. So anyway, that's blush. Now here is a trick that is not commonplace. Everyone uses foundation, everyone uses blush, but not everyone uses highlighter. Obviously everyone has a personal preference. I am a highlighter addict. This is MAC, but highlighters are kind of the trend du jour right now, so you can get drugstore ones super easy. Wet n Wild had one, wasn't nearly as iridescent as this, but I know that I think L'Oreal, and maybe it was Maybelline, but I think it's L'Oreal, just came out with a whole line of highlighters, and I have not tested them, but if you can't afford MAC, don't let that stop you. So anyway, this is MAC Soft and Gentle in the Mineralized Skin Finish. It is my personal favorite one because it's really, really, really shimmery. You could use a blush brush or a contour brush or a powder brush or whatever. I love this little brush by Morphe Brushes because it's just like, just enough for contouring. So, and it's like really big. So anyway, so you get a little bit of that highlighter, tap off the excess, and you do it just along this area here. Now, in this lighting, since I'm in this really crappy, you know, vacation home lighting, you're not gonna really see the difference. But when you smile, see how it looks like I now am like super hydrated and, you know, fresh faced. It doesn't look like I'm caked with makeup. So that's why I like highlighter. It makes me look fresh and natural. I also take a little bit of it and put it in the bow of my lips, right there. And what that does is it makes the bow of your lip look like it's turning up more, because the younger you are, the more your lip turns up. When you get older, your lip starts kind of getting crepey and, you know, wrinkly, and it actually points down. So this is gonna make you look younger. You can also, again, do a little bit on your collarbone, whatever. If you wanna do a tiny bit on your nose, I don't recommend doing a ton on your nose because that makes you look a little disco-tastic. You know, you can do whatever. Sometimes people do, you know, you do it on the top of their eyebrows, makes your eyebrows look a little more arched. You can even do it a little bit in the corners of your eyes, whatever. But these two places are the two places I use it the most. So that's my basic skin routine. For my everyday makeup, the only other things I add are I do my eyebrows and I add a little bit of lipstick, and that's pretty much it. And mascara. I don't need mascara currently because I have eyelash extensions, as you can kind of tell. But for the average person, you would, you know, put some mascara on and no eyeliner, just mascara, and you'll look natural and refreshed. So for eyebrows, I use Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. I use it in dark brown. Is that upside down? Yeah, it is, sorry. The reason why I like the dip brow is because it just stays really good. I have, my skin, even though it's dry, has a really bad tendency to wear makeup off very quickly. So that's why I like it. But some people don't like it. They think it's too strong of a line, and prefer shadow or a pencil. But I already have this is my eyebrows obviously with nothing. So I already have pretty strong eyebrows, so I kind of need that. But if you don't, if you want something softer, that's totally fine. So I always brush my eyebrows with a mascara spoolie. A mascara spoolie is this. You can use the disposable ones, which I thought I had. Oh, here it is. You can use a disposable one, or like you can buy a permanent one like this. It doesn't matter. But you should always have one of these on hand, because basically you're gonna wanna brush, even if you did nothing to your eyebrows, that'll brush all that foundation or anything that you just got in it. So it just makes them look cleaner. So obviously I don't need to do a ton for my brows, but I want to do the tail. So I do always do just a little bit in the tail. And I think, again, anytime you have dark eyelashes or dark eyebrows, you look younger. If you have no eyebrows, or, okay, I just like totally screwed that up, but if you have like no eyebrows or no eyelashes, you look older because you lose hair in your face as you get older. So if you have nice, lush looking eyelashes and eyebrows, you're gonna look nice and young. So anyway, I'm not gonna go crazy with the brows because that's not really the point of this tutorial. But yeah. So I just fill in like the tail a little bit. So anyway, that's enough on that. If you wanted to take this further, like I said, this is basically where I would do mascara. I might do like a little something on my lids because you can see how red and like freckly my lids are. I'd probably put like a little something. If you wanted to do no eye makeup, you could obviously. If you want to do eye makeup, to do something natural, I am limited to what I have here with me today. But my favorite little trick that a lot of people don't use, this is just a real basic little MAC palette. This is, obviously it would change with your skin tone. For me, this color is Nylon by MAC, and it is a iridescent, creamy white-ish, yellowish white. So what I do is you put it just in the corners, and I kind of blend it into the lid and a little bit into the underneath. And just like make it soften it a little. And that immediately brightens up your eyes, if you can see. So I would only do this though if I was gonna do like, you know, shadow all over my eyes. Sometimes I do a tiny bit of it just by itself, just if I'm looking pretty haggard in the morning or something, because it really does brighten your whole eyes. But I also think it looks weird if you don't have eyeliner on. So, it's so lovely, it's so lovely. But yeah, so I would do probably eyeliner with that. But that is my basic, you know, look for just foundation. So I hope this was helpful. It may seem like a lot, but you have to think of it as, if this is something important to you and you want to, and you know, people that ask me like, oh, I really want to just look like I have a naturally just nicer skin. Well, then if it's a priority, it's a priority. If it's not, it's not. So that's kind of your call. So anyway, thank you so much for watching and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you so much. Bye.